Call is being recorded.
Well, guys, good morning, and this is the Diamond Factory. My name is Phyllis Nash. I'm excited to be here with you on this sunshiny, already hot day in Chicago, but I'm not complaining. Yes, we are here for the Diamond Factory so we can get fed. It's called that daily vitamin, guys. We waking up to our daily vitamin, and who other than our own phenomenal international world renowned speaker that we have blessed to have with us on every Wednesday morning, pouring into us. I suggest that you come to the Wednesday call with every morning's call with paper and pen so you won't miss any nuggets. But we want our own Coach Dan, our VP of training, our Pastor Dan, our anything you need, Dan, to be in our time of need to come on and bless us today. And with that being said, hit star star. Oh, there you are. I'm gonna unmute you. There you go. Take it away.
All right. Good morning, family. I trust and pray that today is absolutely going to be an amazing day. Hey, my Miss Phyllis, you are absolutely always fantabulous. And so we continue to give you accolades for all of the things that you do and for your continued steadfastness to push. Not only do you push, but you push all those that you encounter to tap into the very essence of the freedom that they desire and we desire to walk in. And since we are talking about, since I just said that word freedom and push for freedom, that's something that the entire United States of America has finally come to recognize on this day by which we call Juneteenth. Some of us, some people call it Freedom Day. But for those of us that may not be too familiar with the historical context of today, Juneteenth is the immense Juneteenth of 1865, of course, is the time where those in the wonderful state of Texas got the realization that they were actually free. And we all know that the Emancipation Proclamation was actually signed in 1863. So 2 years went by before a group of individuals, some 250,000 slaves, got word that they were free. And so as I was thinking about this freedom, I was thinking about Texas. I was asking myself a question, and that is, what is it that we can take away? How can we as entrepreneurs, those of us that are in the fight for freedom, those of us that are in the push for freedom, because everybody that's on this line is in the push for freedom. And the truth of the matter is, it is a push. It is not easy. It is not. It is not something that just happens overnight. It is a push. And so one of the things I said, you know what? Today we're going to figure out. We're going to learn some stuff about how we as entrepreneurs can take the essence of what Juneteenth represents and apply it to our everyday lives as entrepreneurs. One of the things that it represents, I believe, Juneteenth represents a time of resilience and resiliency, persistence, and perseverance. What do you mean by that? Well, if you understand what was taking place when the original Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863, pretty much soldiers was traveling all over the South and in those areas that was enslaved, carrying the news of freedom. Texas was a state that was considered to be isolated under the Confederate control. And the reality of the situation is the news traveled very slowly. but there was a group of people, a group of soldiers that stayed consistent, stayed persistent, and stayed resilient in making certain that they were going to push to get the message to Texas to let our brothers and sisters in Texas know that they were going to be free. Now, here's the deal, though. As you know, the slave masters did not want them to be free. It was institutionalized for them to be enslaved. They did not want them to be free. They were making money off of their slavery. And I want you to know, as entrepreneurs, there is some things within the systems and the society by which we live that if we would allow it to be a hindrance, it will keep us from our freedom. And so you must be resilient. You must be resilient. You must persevere. You must be persistent in making sure that no matter what, you're going to tap into the freedom. You're going to tap into the freedom and take advantage of the opportunities in spite of the challenges, in spite of the difficulties that you'll face in the process. It's not going to always be easy, and you must be resilient. And one of the things that's going to help us in our resilience is the understanding of this. We must understand that there is power in freedom. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with my oldest son, and I give him accolades about because I coach him on a consistent basis in his career, and he is doing absolutely amazing. But he called me yesterday. He said, "Dad, I need to talk to you because I'm getting frustrated because you guys know that he is now one of the youngest Black executives in professional soccer. And the truth of the matter is he is working for a group of Caucasians that's part of the Good Old Boys Club and all of those things, but they love what he is doing. So here is the deal. This is the reality. He became frustrated or what have you because he's not given the autonomy that he felt like he was promised. And so he asked me yesterday, he said, "Dad, how much do you make? How much do you charge an hour?" Because he was trying to prove a point. And I said, "Well, I just signed one contract yesterday. I signed the contract for $750 an hour for coaching." And so he said, "That's my point." He said, "My point is you charge what you worth. You want to get what you are worth." And I said, "Yes, son, but the way that I get what I'm worth is I am free." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I don't work for nobody. I work for me. So I determine my worth and I'm able to charge accordingly." I said, "The challenge with you is even though you make good money, even though you're in a management position, at the end of the day, you cash checks and I write checks. And so as a result of that, that's going to put you in a position where you're going to always be subject to the person that's writing your check. And so what you got to do," and he said, "Well, I need to get where you are." I said, "Well, you got to, in order to get where I am, you're going to have to take ownership of your freedom. You got to make a choice to be free, and you got to be willing to deal with all of the challenges, all of the obstacles, all of the ups and all of the downs that is associated with being self-employed, but also being free." He asked me, "Why did I choose entrepreneurship?" I said, "I chose it because I wanted to have the freedom to be a father to my children." And so here it is. You got to remember when it's becoming difficult and when you want to give up, and you got to understand that the reason you must be resilient is because you want to be free. Juneteenth celebrates a certain level of freedom and supposed autonomy. It celebrates, and this is crucial because as entrepreneurs, we want to embrace the independence that we have to create the kind of life that we desire to live without the consideration of cost or without the fear of losing it because somebody else decided they did not want us to have it. And people ask me why, and I teach my class of young people in entrepreneurship, and when I teach my children about entrepreneurship, I say it's 3 reasons why I get into entrepreneurship. It's 3 reasons why I seek to be self-employed. And number 1 is I want to make money. I want to make money, y'all. I want to make money. After the Emancipation Proclamation and 1865, if you will, after Freedom Day, as people began to move and migrate and go to various places throughout the nation, they moved to create opportunities for themselves. Businesses were started. People began to run for political office. Legislation was changed. All of these things happened as a result of freedom. In other words, freedom gives you the ability to effect change within your community and your society. So number 1, I want to make money, but number 2, I want to give back. Those of you that are entrepreneurs, you have to have a mindset of giving back. Giving back. That's what Juneteenth, I believe, represents. It creates a communal opportunity to give back. You have to have a mindset to give back. And some of us, we wait until we're waiting on us to make all of the big money, then we'll start giving back. Can I tell y'all a secret? Coach Dan started giving back when he was a teenager. When he was 19 years old, I started an organization called BDA Incorporated, Better Days Ahead Incorporated, where we started mentoring and adopting homeless children in the schools. We started out with only 5 kids. I didn't have no money. I didn't do, but I had vision. I wanted to give back. And so when we understand the essence of what Juneteenth represents, it's not only freedom for ourselves, but it is empowering ourselves to provide freedom and to empower others to be free. So we start giving back on Christmas, 5 kids and stuff like that. We adopted 5 kids. That's all 5 kids. But now on Christmas, we've adopted as much as 3,000 kids. We bought 3,000 gifts. We started out packing maybe 100 bags for Christmas. Now we've done as many as I think we've done as many as somewhere around 1,000 bags. So that's the spirit of Juneteenth. That's the spirit of Juneteenth. When you think about it, not only is it we learn resilience through this and perseverance, we also see the power of freedom in establishing our own autonomy. We also can see the importance of community and giving back. There's also another commitment that we make, and this is a significance of celebrating your wins. Entrepreneurs, we got to learn how to celebrate our wins. No matter how big or small they are. When you learn how to celebrate the smaller victories, it gives you the momentum to go after the bigger challenges and then begin to create bigger victories. Those of us that's on this line, as we go throughout the day and listen to the celebrations, and some participate in the celebrations of Juneteenth, allow Juneteenth to be more than just a historical acknowledgement or an acknowledgement of a historical event that affected our communities and affected our race of people. Allow us to learn from it. Allow us to learn and understand the perseverance of it. Allow us to embrace the true power and the true essence of what freedom really looks like. And then here's what else we learned. As I get ready to close this, here's what else we learned about Juneteenth. is that even after you've been given, even after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, even after the Declaration of Independence was given, the truth of the matter is every day of our lives since that day, we as a people have to continue to fight for our freedom. And so what I'm going to say to you today is that even though we're entrepreneurs, even though we started the business, even though there's greater opportunities, even though they've said that we are free, you got to be willing to fight for that freedom every day. Every day I wake up with the tenacity and with an agenda to not only fight for my freedom, but to maintain my freedom and to assure that when I die, those that I was responsible for can live a life of freedom as well. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. This is the spirit of what Juneteenth represents. And I pray today that this was something I did not want to ignore such a historical day for our people. So I said, what can we learn about entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur in the context of Juneteenth? Now listen up, you guys. I'm telling you that June is a powerful month. It is a powerful, powerful month. And why is it a powerful month? It's a powerful month because, number one, it's the month that God allowed Coach Dan, Pastor Dan, Danny Deion Johnson to be born. And then he decided not to only give the month to me, but he's given the month to a whole bunch of powerful, dynamic people. And somebody snuck something to me. So what I want to do real quick is I want to wish all of those of us that was fortunate enough to be born in June. I want to wish all of our twin birthdays a merry birthday, but also we got our very own from Chicago, Diamond Terry Anderson. She has been absolutely amazing. So we want to say merry, merry birthday to you. We are so grateful for your life, and we also have Coach Melody Barnes out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We want to say merry, merry birthday to you. We are grateful for your life. And I want all of those, again, that was born in June to say merry birthday to you and to also let you know that your life matters to us. Your life matters to us. With that being said, I'm going to pass this back to our midwife so she can give us our final word as we continue to go out and push for freedom. Merry Juneteenth Day, everybody. God bless.
Merry Juneteenth. What a phenomenal call. I call it drop the mic, guys. I think you said it all. It's so inspiring. You hit on so many different points. I hope we were listening. And more than anything, Coach Dan, I hope we take action. And here's the first action line of defense you can do tonight on Juneteenth. We are having a special edition of our regular Wednesday night event, our own show. Diamond Minister Chef Mooney is going to have samples for the attendees of our elevation experience tonight at the dispensary. We got Abinadel doing the presentation. Please bring out your guests. It's not only for them to know how to make their temple optimally healthy, but also to, when you're talking about taking food away, saying you can't eat meat, we're going to give them an alternative that they're going to say, hey, this vegan thing might not be too bad. So tonight is a special edition of our regular Wednesday night. We will be missing our own Crystal Robinson. She will be still doing a kind of business in Moni, Illinois. Everything will be back as normal next week. Maybe that food sampling might be a thing, but bring your guests out, guys. Show them how to take care of their body so that they can really go out and do what Juneteenth was meant to do. With that being said, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Go out and push. Thank you so much, Coach Dan, for all your wisdom. Bye now.